Hello everyone, this is Joe Cool10. Welcome back to Let's Play Lego Lord of the Rings. This is the start screen for the Two Towers section of the game. So this starts screen off. It shows, of course, Saruman's Tower of Orthanc, and it shows, of course, Sauron there, and the Eye of Sauron there in the background and stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and reload the game here. And we will see what happens here. We'll be starting up the Two Towers story mode here. So here we are. There's a map stone right here, so we're going to, of course, activate it. And as you can see, we made quite a bit of progress here on the map from where we started, but unfortunately, the Fellowship of the Ring is probably the most progress we're going to make on the map. As you can see, a lot of the areas in the Two Towers and Return of the King are kind of in these next areas, but let's worry about that later. Let's continue. And this is the new painting here of the Two Towers.
Let's face it, Mr. Frodo. We're lost. I don't think Gandalf meant for us to come this way.
He didn't mean for a lot of things to happen, Sam.
This is picking up where we're left off with Gandalf here.
Gandalf! What is it, Mr. Frodo?
Nothing. Just a dream.
So once again, we get the split screen type thing where we could switch to Frodo and Sam, but you do have to complete the part with Gandalf first. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm just smashing this tree here just because there's a blue stud behind it. But anyway, yeah, the Two Towers is probably my favorite of the Lord of the Rings movies, and so there's a lot of good parts in the Two Towers, although it does host one of my least favorite levels in the game. Most of the other levels in the Two Towers are good. So I'm excited to take on this section of the story mode. Of course, Return of the King is still pretty epic, but I do like the Two Towers section of the thing. Now this part here is a tricky thing. This thing that you have to assemble here is very tricky to do. It's very sensitive how you have to move these blocks here. It takes a little bit of patience and a little bit of fuzzing to get it right. And this green piece I could not get in here, so I ended up having to move that blue brick there, actually. So I end up picking up both of these pieces and throwing them off to the side so that they'll respawn separate. So yeah, you're supposed to place that yellow piece first, and then the green piece, and you do want to assemble this at some point, whether in story mode or free play. I decided to do it now just to save us the trouble later. And that red piece did not get secured, but it still counted it, so it gave me the studs in the mini kit. So I was like, okay, I'll take that. So we're just gonna continue and just smashing a few rocks along the way just for a few more studs, but I'm not gonna spend too much time getting studs here. Got some more bricks here to build some stairs. And then I decided to jump down here. There is a way that you can climb back up to where you were, so it's not a huge deal. But there's actually not much down here. There was mostly just studs and stuff. I decided to smash this tree just to see if there's anything behind it, but I don't think there is. So I do, but yeah, I'm just gonna smash it up here just to grab a few more studs and continue on. So yeah, the bar is over on the other side of that orange pull handle. There we go. So now when you're climbing this tower, once you get to a certain point, it'll pretty much be the point of no return, because there will be a boss fight here coming up. Spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie, that is. If you've seen the movie, then you know what's going to happen here. So yeah, when you reach that point, it's the point of no return. So here we are, we're facing the Balrog again. Only this time we're actually going to end up defeating him. So this is another instance of just kind of waiting around. When he does that flame whip thing, you want to jump when he swings it. Yeah, and he's gonna mostly be doing that here. And then he has another attack here that he's going to do, where he smashes the ground like that. You just have to jump and avoid that shock wave that's on the ground. Okay, and then the lightning will strike the ground. And the game, of course, will make sure that you stand in the spot, and then you collect the lightning, and then you aim it at one of his wings there. So we'll have to damage his other wing in a minute here. So we're just gonna wait for him to do his attacks. So again, another instance where it's just kind of a waiting game with the boss. That's how the bosses kind of are in this game. But this guy isn't too hard to fight. But anyway, so yeah, so I've been enjoying doing this Let's Play so far, and the post commentary has been working out pretty good thus far. I think, you know, gives me more opportunity to talk about kind of what's going on in the game and stuff. And once we get to a certain point, the world will start to open up more to us, but we're not going to be really doing too much exploring until after we're all done with story mode, because it's just easier. Because, you know, when you're in story mode, you're kind of tied to that, so it's kind of hard to do any open world exploration. But okay, so we damaged both of his wings, so now we want to aim towards his chest, I believe, or his head. When you see him getting damaged, you know you're aiming right. There he goes. He's dead now. But unfortunately, Gandalf got hurt in that battle, and so he's not doing so good. But we'll see what happens to him later.
Come on, Mr. Frodo.
Okay, so that fish that we just picked up is the one that shows up when you beat the boss there. So that's why we wanted to fight the boss first. So yeah, so we have 6 fish to collect. Now Sam has a new item that he got from Galadriel earlier in the Fellowship of the Ring. We hadn't been able to use it up to this point. He has the elf rope. So whenever you see one of those gold hooks like that, you can use the elf rope to either climb up or pull something down. So the rope is very useful, a very useful item. And so Sam continues to be Sam is even more useful now than he was before. He does have all of his. Sam does have all of his abilities now at this point. So we're also going to see Frodo's new ability. It was mentioned earlier, but we didn't have the opportunity to use it until this point. There's a mini kit there, by the way. He has, since he was given the light of Elendil, he can light up dark areas. He's one of the so that is Frodo's Frodo's special ability that he gets at this point. So Frodo is more useful now than he was earlier. So because they had to make Frodo somewhat useful, I guess, and he is the primary main character of this of the tale. Even though I would say the story is just as much about Aragorn as it is Frodo, because Aragorn has his own side of the story, particularly with him and Legolas and Gimli, and we'll be seeing more about them here coming up in the next level. So. So there's 4 of those skeletons around this area, and I do end up finding all 4 of them. So yeah, so. Okay, there's some firewood there, so you know that we're gonna have to be building a fire pit here. And yeah, I'm just kind of smashing a few things up here. So yeah, we're going to dig here, and that's where our fire pit is. So grab our bundles of wood, and we'll go and we'll light it with the tinderbox. I think you can go in that dark area as Frodo. Oh yeah, you can, but there's nothing there. Okay, wasn't sure about that, but anyway, yeah, just there's that shadow there, so I didn't know if that was like a cave there or something, but no, it was just a shadow. There, just smashing a few rocks, just trying to get a few more studs here. And we haven't spent too much studs at this point in the game. The only thing that we've bought in so far is the red brick that we got way back in Bree, which was the quest detector. But we really don't get too much opportunity to buy stuff right now, because the way you buy characters in this game is you have to come across them in the hub area. And we haven't come across too many characters in the hub area, and there's actually not too many characters that you really need to buy, especially in terms of free play. There's most of the characters that you need for free play you get in story mode. There is at least one character that you do need to buy though in order to do free play, and we'll get into that more later. But yeah. But for now, you just want to save your money, because we'll be spending it later down the road once we're ready to start going after the red bricks, which won't be until after story mode is complete. Alright, and I was backtracking here just to see if there was one of those skeleton things that I missed, but there isn't. It's actually up ahead here. So yeah, I didn't want to go too far back because I didn't want to have to climb back up, so I'm gonna go back this way. And when you push this boulder down, this is kind of interesting.
This looks strangely familiar.
Because we've been here before. Going in circles.
Yeah, so this level, I like the design of this level, how it's all one big circle type thing. I think it was a really neat design, and so yeah, and then we got the last skeleton there as well. So once you collect all the fish, this door will open.
Thieves. They stole it from us. My precious. We want it.
Okay, for boss time, we have Golum here. He's an interesting character. I'll talk more about Golum as the story goes on. But I just gotta say that Golum is he's an interesting character. You know, and I love Andy Serkis's the way he portrayed Golum and stuff. He did a really good job. This is like Andy Serkis's first role with the motion capture, and it was very well done for the time. When they did this, and motion capture just started, was just invented around the time that this movie was being made. So it was still kind of in its new stage, but it was very well done for the character of Golum, and so yeah, so it was really good. But anyway, there are 3 parts to the fishing pole that we have to get. One was the stick that was up there in that plant, and then by pulling this rock down here, we get the hook. So again, they're purple items, which mean they can be combined, and there's 3 of them, of course. The rope is over here. So we got the stick, the hook, and the rope, so that makes the fishing rod. So now we can fish right here at this spot, because Golum wants to fish. But yeah, it's this movie is what launched Andy Serkis's career in motion capture. He's done several various roles over the years with the motion capture, and he's just phenomenal at it, and so. So anyway, we're gonna go fishing again. Golem here is not too hard. You basically just have to do the same thing 3 times, where you give him the fish and then you get him with the rope, and then you fight him a little bit, and then that's pretty much it. So this will be the last time here. I had to get the rope.
This is Sting. You've seen it before, haven't you, Golum? You know the way to Mordor. You will lead us to the Black Gate.
You don't see it, do you?
He's a villain.
Good Smeageol always helps.
Anyway, that was Taming Golem. We did not get True Adventure. We got some studs. Four mini kits. The fishing rod added to our treasure collection. And just one mithril brick. Alright. So that will do it for now. So until next time, this is Joe Cool 10 signing out.